before I came on, my lips looked a little bit chapped. So I said, let me go get me some gloss. First of all, it is Friday and I am excited. Um, it has been a busy week, and I am very grateful that the work week is coming to a close. This is week 24 of this Go Live journey. And who's excited? I am. You know what I realized though? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it's obvious, but it isn't. Hello, Miss Veronica. So what I realized is that perfection is completely overrated, but progress, progress is where it is at. Progress is that kind of quiet victory that whispers, "Girl, I'm proud of you," and I am. Welcome back to Antonia's Blissful Corner. This is day 24 of this 25-day Go Live journey. And tonight, I just want to take a moment to celebrate not perfection, but progress. I am so grateful. And I'm grateful for you also for coming along with me on this wonderful journey that I never thought possible before. But alas, here we are. Um, whew, the past 24 days have taught me so much about consistency. I'm actually big on consistency. I I feel like, like when I am doing something or even relationships, like if I have a friend or someone that I call friend, I tell them I'm gonna need consistency because I need to. It's almost as if like I bank on knowing exactly what's going to happen and around or about when. And this past 24 days, I kind of like proved to myself that it is possible. I remember like when I thought about doing it, I was like, what time should I do it? And I was like, I can't do it in the morning because I won't be consistent because there are days when I'm at home, there are days when I'm in the office. And on the weekends, I like to go for my long walks. So like that's not gonna work. And then I was like, well, maybe 8 o'clock in the evening. And then I realized, okay, that's not going to work either because I have 2 nights in a week where I have mentorship calls on Zoom. So I was like, And I was like, you know what? A happy medium is 7:30 because in the beginning, it was supposed to be like 8 to 10 minutes, but I be talking on and on and on and on. And next thing you know, it's like 25 minutes, but it is what it is. Who knew that I had so much to say to the screen? But I do, and I'm grateful. Um, the fact is, though, that I showed up and I'm grateful. Um, in addition to consistency, this journey has taught me to trust myself and it taught me to be graceful. Graceful. And tonight, and I mean, like, nowhere along this journey was it about views or anything like that. It was basically about me showing up and becoming comfortable talking to my computer screen. I mean, I talk to myself anyway, so this is fine. And the good thing is, sometimes I have company. Today I have Miss Veronica. And it's helping me to grow into a person that I never thought existed. I didn't. And yeah, so my thing is if I can do it, so can you. So can you. I'm happy. I truly am happy. I showed up like when I was thinking about it a little while ago, and I was like, I showed up when I was on vacation. So when I planned it, I knew that I was going on vacation. But I think I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll just take off on those days because I am on vacation. But I'm a firm believer in just because I'm on vacation, it doesn't mean that I should not for basically, like meet my commitments and especially because it's not like it's work. This is me showing up for myself, right? And I remember years and years ago, because when I go to anywhere in the world, actually, I pack my running shoes or my walking shoes, and my workout gear, and I love to go outside. I don't do the gym, but I love to go walking or running. And I remember years ago, um, Jamaica was stayed at Jamaica, and when I got back to the office, I mentioned something about running or something like that. And one of my colleagues said, "You work out when you're on vacation?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on vacation from work, not from my life." Because the reality of it is, when you build or create a routine, it's very difficult to break that routine, right? So therefore, um, for me, like, this is becoming my routine. I told myself 25 days, and tomorrow I'll decide. Well, I'll put it this way. Tomorrow I'm going to decide whether or not I want to start off from one, or if it's going to go to 26 and tell myself that I'm doing 50 days, or if I'll just say, okay, we did the 25 and this is just going to be habit. I think I might, well, we'll see. By tomorrow, I'll decide. I'll know exactly what I want to do. But nevertheless, I showed up while on vacation. I showed up even when it was later than the scheduled time, because unfortunately, while I was away, I wasn't able to go live at 7:30 because we were on the road. And 2 nights ago, 2 nights ago, what's today? Today's Friday. Yeah. 2 nights, 2 nights ago, I wasn't able to get on at 7:30 either, because I was out having food for my birthday. So, but nevertheless, I told myself I'm still going to get on no matter what the time. I showed up when I was tired. I showed up when no one else was there. I showed up, and that is the purpose of this exercise, is to show up, right? The whole point of life is to live and to show up, even if no one is watching, because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself. And there's so many things that I've learned in these short 24 days that I this morning this morning I was working, and I looked to the side and tears came to my eyes, because I felt like I was looking at an Antonia from a few years ago, an Antonia that was lost, an Antonia that was unsure of herself, an Antonia that didn't fit into any space. None of the spaces that she thought she was comfortable in did she fit. And I had to um, basically just pause a bit, right, this morning. And then I said to myself, if I had the opportunity to speak to that Antonia, what would I say? And I said that I would tell the Antonia that it's okay. It's okay, that you're going to be fine, right? Like, give yourself grace. Don't overthink. I mean, it's easier said than done to tell somebody not to overthink. It's easier said than done. But the reality of it is, and for me, I get confirmation every time um, I'm with certain people. Like, so even when we went on the retreat the other day, the mentor, and he says it, from time to time when we're on our calls, like he'll point out the fact that when I joined, that I didn't want to turn my camera on and how quiet I was. And then there are other people who say the same. Someone posted in the community when they wished me happy birthday, was that they are so proud to see me, go from that quiet caterpillar into this beautiful butterfly who is now an author and have, I think he mentioned a YouTube channel. But nevertheless, those are the biggest compliments that I can receive, because it makes me realize that I have grown, right? This is not easy. It's not easy, because I still have some of the traits that I have, where I still run from people. I still look at the phone and act like it's not ringing. And if it keeps ringing, I turn it over. And if it keeps ringing, I'll leave the room, because I can't ask the phone to leave the room. But nevertheless, I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for the fact that I have embraced who I am. I have embraced being an introvert. I have embraced the fact that I'm as weird as heck, and that I love it. I love being weird. Because, I feel like we're all weird in our own way. And I think that it's okay. I feel like if we were all the same, we would be robots. We don't want that. I mean, AI is coming. So I just feel like it's a wonderful thing to find, and to find yourself, to find your voice, and to share it. Um, yeah. So me showing up, um it wasn't even about clicks, likes, or anything like that. It was basically me proving to myself that I can. I feel like I still can't breathe. I still don't breathe. um I took a chance on myself and I won, and I will continue to keep winning because I'm going to continue to keep pushing myself. For most of my life, fear, I'm not going to say fear, I allowed fear to drive the car. I let it control my voice, my timing, my belief in my own capabilities. But these 24 days prove something to me, that I can trust myself to follow through. There were nights that I would have a topic and I would come on, like right before I would go live is when something would come in my brain and I would basically like run with it. There are times when I find that I blah 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 blah. Like sometimes I and it's just that's just one of the things that I do where I can be saying the cat jumped over the moon. And then I'll say, Mommy, do you have any eggs? And are we gonna have rice this evening? And what's for dinner on Sunday? And she'll look at me like you just said like four different things. And I'm like, I know. But I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel guilty about it. I'm grateful for my mom because she doesn't make me feel awkward about it because that's just how I am. And I love the fact that I am giving myself grace. I'm happy. I'm happy. And thank you, Veronica. I appreciate you so much. I really do. And I do hope that we will be able to gather one day in 2026. I'm going to try my best to make it happen. We're going to pick a date and then go from there. We'll all have to basically submit our vacation requests so that we can basically gather in Florida. Um, when I saw that video on the Think Media podcast with Michael Zuber, and he said 50 days, at first I thought 50 days, oh my God. And it just seemed impossible. Like, why? It just seemed like punishment, honestly. And the thought never left my brain. And I realized that certain videos show up in our feed for a reason. And there are times when I'll just basically scroll past, and there are times when I'll watch. To be fair, the topic wasn't even about showing up 50 days. I don't remember what the topic of the video was. However, I decided, like, at some point, I think it was like mid video or maybe three quarters of the way through, he was talking about, like that was one of the things that he did. And then I was like, 50 days. Ooh. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to try it. I think it was like, it took me a day and a half to figure it out. But then I decided I'm not going to do 50 because 50 just seemed like a long time. But the reality of it is, here it is day 24, and it felt like a short time. So sometimes I um, overthink. Sometimes I um, basically talk myself out of things because of fear. And I am grateful that I didn't talk myself out of this one. Um, exactly, Veronica. That's exactly how you forgot readings 10 minutes after doing them. And sometimes you'll be saying something and you got to go drink your kombucha or a bot says something and just throws everything off. But I feel like that's one of the reasons why I love your channel though. Like you're quirky like me, and the thing is, it's like we don't take it personally. We don't take it seriously because at the end of the day, we laugh, and laughter is so good for the soul. It, I feel like if people don't know how to laugh, I really feel sorry for them because there's so many bitter people walking around, and it's like, what is there to be angry about? What exactly is there to be angry about? Anyway, as an introvert, this journey wasn't just about talking on camera. It wasn't about being seen. It was about me allowing myself to be visible without feeling drained by the spotlight or the well, I don't really have a ring light, but I have a light. But just allow myself to show up just as I am and speak, right? And what I've learned is that visibility doesn't have to be loud. You do not need to shout to be heard. You just need to speak from the heart. And especially these past few days with Hurricane Melissa and my family back home, um, I'm grateful that I'm getting to the space now where I'm comfortable sharing certain things because I'm a very private person. But I think that there's certain things that I'm okay with talking about because it's life, right? Everybody is experiencing, well, not everybody, but Jamaica is experiencing Melissa. This is a part of the story. This is a part of my story because Jamaica is in my blood. See my flag? I promised myself that I'm going to wear my flag every day. I forgot to put it on yesterday though. But I'm going to wear my flag so that I will be one with my people, even though I'm not there physically. I am there in mind, and I'm praying hard for everyone to be okay, and also for the rebuild. Um, Introverts grow quietly. We reflect deeply. We don't need a stage to have an impact. We just need the courage to step out of our own way. And Lord knows I'm grateful that that courage has finally come to me. Everyone is on their own journey. Everyone will do it differently. The point is to just do it. Do it without thinking about it, because if we think about it, a week will pass, a month will pass, and next you know it's 2 years later. So don't overthink it. Um, but just do it. Like, do it without questioning yourself. Do it without um thinking about what they think, because what they think is their problem, it isn't yours. That's one of the things that I learned. And I'll never forget the first time that I heard somebody say, what they think about you, that's not your business, that's theirs. And I was like, huh? And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Because at the end of the day, the only person's opinion that should matter is your own. Because people will have their opinions, people will judge, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a sip. I drink water out of this fancy glass. It's going on 2 years now. I have one in the office too, because I feel like, you know what? I'm special. I used to drink it from this bottle, right? Because I love drinking water. But then it was after New Year's, going on 2 years, that I had my sparkling cider with some grapes in here. And the next day I was like, my spirit was like, we're not drinking from that bottle anymore. And I was like, what? So I would drink from the glass. And it's crazy because if the glass isn't near me, like if the glass is downstairs and I'm up here and the bottle is up here, I can't. Like I can't. It's weird. I can't drink from the bottle. However, if I have another bottle or another whatever container, I'm able to. It's weird, but it's fine because I'm weird. Yep, Veronica, kombucha is definitely an instant reboot. um, and it is crazy. Like, it's crazy to see, Veronica, that people are just angry for no reason at all. Like, sometimes I'm like, why are you so angry? Like, when I saw something today, like where some people were angry with people in Jamaica because they're like, they don't take anything seriously. They don't even, like, they're not taking Melissa seriously. And it's like, and I thought to myself, but why? Like, it happened. You cannot undo what happened. And what are we supposed to do? Sit around and cry? Oh, I'm homeless. Oh, help me, Lord. What am I gonna do? I mean, you can cry from now till Jesus comes. You're still gonna be homeless, right? So the reality of it is laugh and then fix. Um, I saw a YouTube video today where the prime minister was visiting one of the areas that was hit, and it was in Westmoreland. And there was a lady speaking, and I watched it. It was a short clip, and I took my computer and went downstairs so mommy can see it too, because I loved what she was saying. And at the end of it, she said, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't," because she was talking about we're all homeless right now, so it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what kind of car you had. It doesn't matter what kind of big house you had versus a small house. She said, "Doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor. At the end of the day, we're all homeless." And I was like, oh my God, that is so true. Because the reality of it is, I said, when I heard her say that, I said, wow, it's kind of like a level set. Because, okay, fine. If someone is wealthy, they also have money in the bank. But regardless of whatever, at this present moment in time, they're all homeless. They're all basically left with whatever clothes they had on when the lady decided to visit. A lot of them have no roofs or whatever have you. So the reality of it is, you can't sit around and just like moan about the fact that this thing happened, and what am I going to do? Oh, what was me? I will say, right, I'm going to digress a little bit. I will say that I was very excited this morning when one of my cousins whose family lives in the place that was hit the hardest, which was Black River, St. Elizabeth. She was finally able to speak with her mom. She spoke with her mom yesterday and one of her nephews. So that made me very happy because I was very concerned about them because I saw the pictures and the videos, and Lord have mercy. Like I said, it looked like a bulldozer and a bomb fell on the place at the same time. Like there is nothing left. And unfortunately, because of where they are, it's going to take. She said it's going to take probably weeks before they get electricity because there isn't any way in. So, it's one thing to get into the district, but then in their community, like that's another issue. Like their roof is gone and one of the house is off I can't remember what it's called. It's not the base, but basically one of the houses tilted. So, you know, and hence the reason why we laugh, because if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. And we just laugh, right? So I feel like sometimes when I see people who are bitter, I'm like, Lord, what could have happened that will cause you to be this angry about? Laugh. And I just ignore them because I can't. I tell people I'm allergic to drama. I get hives just by being. I really don't, but in my mind I think I will get hives if I'm around somebody who is negative. It's like, oof, who wants that? Anyway, my own doubt, my own hesitation, my own voice was telling me to wait until everything was perfect. But when exactly is that? What, perfect lighting, perfect hair? My hair isn't perfect. My hair is my hair. And that's another thing, right? Because there were times when I used to be like, oh, but my hair. Because pre-COVID, I had beautiful long hair that was relaxed. And then during COVID, right before COVID, it was damaged. And during COVID, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try this chop thing. And I remember when I cut it was super low, and then it started to grow. And then when it got to a point where it was trying to figure out the pattern and the texture was just not good because like it was basically still growing out. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I can't wait till I can put it in a ponytail. And it took a long time. At least I thought it did. But this week, I realized, oh wow. So yesterday I had a bun up here and one in the back. And this morning when I woke up, I said, oh, let me put it in two ponytails on the side. And it's exciting, but it's life. It's a journey, and what is required is patience and faith. So I'm grateful for my hair, but I'm also grateful for this 24 days that I chose to show up for myself. The reality of it is we stand in our own way of progress more than anyone else ever could. And the moment we decide to move away, that's when life starts to shift and shift in a big way. Thank you, Veronica, for the prayers for rebuilding. Yes, may the needs of the people be met with less resistance. I'm hoping and praying for the same. Um, I actually am waiting for things to kind of get settled so that I can ask family. Um, because years ago, I decided to take on the role to build my family tree. And because of that, like I feel like I'm the catalyst. So I basically have contact here, there, and everywhere with family. But then after a while, I'm like, ooh, and that's what I've been. I've been ooh, like this for many years. But like with this happening and with family, affected, I'm going to do my best to see if and how we can help from a distance. Um, anyway, so and the thing is, right? Because there was a leak in my mom's room, and it was inevitable. I saw it coming, but I was like, kept basically pushing it off. But thankfully, I know people who know people who know people that can do things. And the gentleman came yesterday, and he said he'll come back this morning. He did, and he did way more than I contracted him for, right? On a roof, well, on roofs, and I was grateful. So the extra stuff that I asked him to do, I said, "How much is it?" He was like, "Oh, just give me something." I do not like when people say, "Oh, just give me something," because my thing is, I'll give you a quarter. I really won't, but I want to. One of these days, I want to test giving them a quarter to see what happens. Anyway, I gave him a nice tip, and Mommy gave me $20 separately and said, give this to him so that he and his partner can have lunch. It doesn't have to be a big lunch. So I kept that money in a separate pocket. So when I went outside, I gave him the money. We joked a little bit, and then I put my hand in my pocket to basically um, take out the tip, um, well, the lunch money. And before I could, he said he gave me back $20, and he said, "Here, take this to buy food or something like that." He said, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I took it out and I gave it to him, and I said, "Wow!" And then we both realized that we were both blessing each other. Um, he's a Guyanese uh, Rasta, short guy. But when he came yesterday, when I met him for the first time, my spirit took immediately to him, and I realized that this isn't someone that is here to do me wrong or rob me or anything like that. The good thing is, if anything went wrong, I could go two doors over to a new neighbor, because that new neighbor moved in about 2 years ago, and he basically came by that channel. But nevertheless, it made me feel good to know that while I was thinking of basically gifting this person for work that he did, he was also thinking of gifting me. I guess just for me be myself. I don't know. But I was grateful. And I think probably he probably thought to himself that I gave him too much in the give me what, like give me what you feel, whatever. But nevertheless, I think that it was a beautiful thing. And sometimes I wonder, like, why as human beings, why we cannot just do that. Like, why can't we just be good people, right? um I don't know. I think that this year should teach us all a lot, because there is a lot going on worldwide, and we just need to pay attention. We need to pay attention because, man, oh man. But while all that's happening, I'm gonna try to choose. I'm not try. I'm gonna be enjoying my life, because I don't know how many seconds I have left. So therefore, I'm gonna keep going. So what I will say though is, if you're watching this and you're wondering if you should start, whether it's a YouTube channel, a business, a new habit, um, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, wonder no more. Start. If you're wondering, like, if you should go live on YouTube, wonder no more. Hit that go live button and go. Treat it like, well, not everyone talks to themselves, because I think everyone talks to themselves, as a matter of fact. But I just feel like people say things like, "Oh, if you talk to yourself, that means you're crazy." I don't agree with that. And then they say, "No, you're only crazy if you answer yourself." I don't agree with that either, because I talk to myself and I answer myself. So if I'm crazy, well, so be it. But nevertheless, anybody who have a YouTube channel and they record from home by themselves in a room, they're talking to themselves. So damn it, we're all crazy. so so my thing is just record, post a video, write the book, take the step, whatever you gotta do. You gotta live. I mean, like, no more waiting, because the thing is, it's like, we don't know how many more seconds we have. And the thing is, it's like, why delay growth? Why delay your evolution? Why delay your life? God gave you this one life. I mean, you may come back as a caterpillar. I don't know, you may come back as a turtle. But the reality of it is, you have this one moment, and every moment that you hesitate or overthink, that's a moment that you lose. Every day that you allow to go by because you're thinking, and, oh, I have all the ideas piled up over there in notes. That's all it is basically a pile of trash. Just do it. Um, the Michael Zuber had recommended going live 8 to 10 minutes. I don't remember how many I went the first day, but I realized, like, after day two or so, I was like, oh, this is like 15, 20 minutes. This is not what the man said. Um, but I think he gave that time so that you don't feel pressured, right? If you don't have much to talk about, then at least you could just come on, be like, well, I was here and today I did so and so, blah blah bye, peace. Or you can just come on and just, like, have fun doing it. Exactly, Veronica. Channel do not start themselves. It's so much fun. Like, it's so much fun to just do it. I feel like, the clicks, um the likes, the views, or whatever have you, that's just gravy. Because for me, when I look back, like I was watching one of my videos today and I was chuckling. Not everyone will chuckle when they watch it, because not everyone will think that I'm, like funny. And not everyone will like it, because we're not for everybody and everybody isn't for us. So that's why we may get like 10 views or whatever have you. But, hopefully of the 10 views, hopefully one person likes it. Hopefully it resonates with that one person. And that's how it builds, like basically one person at a time. So don't do it for anything more than for yourself, because that, at the end of the day, you'll see your growth, and that is what counts. That is so what counts. And I'm very, very grateful for this journey. Veronica goes live on her channel, Aya Inspired Tarot. She does tarot readings in a magnificent way. And um, she comes on Sundays. I don't want to say the wrong time, because she changed it. That's why, because I feel like it used to be 7 o'clock, and I was like anywhere between 6 and 7. But we will be on from around that time until after 12 sometimes. And the reality of it is, I got to go to work in the morning on Monday morning. And so sometimes I'm there like trying to, as she's basically doing her thing, I'm preparing for work the next day. So basically I'm trying to figure out what to wear to work. I'm packing my lunch and my breakfast, and I'm basically moving all about the place. I'm a moderator on the channel. So sometimes when I come on, and if there's a bot or somebody saying something out of order, we just kick them out. And that's fun. And so, like, the session can go anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. I kid you not. But it's great, right? Because it's like, it's great conversation, and you kind of like just meet people, because that's how I met her, was in another community like this. So this is all about learning about yourself, testing things, because the reality of it is, if you start a channel and you don't like it, you can stop, but at least you tried. And if you don't want to come on camera, you can always start the way that I did, which was having a faceless channel. And then in the following year, my spirit said, okay, it's time for you to start your channel. And they're like, but I did, and here I am. So if these 24 days taught me anything, it's that progress builds confidence. Each day that you show up, you build trust with yourself, and the trust becomes your quiet strength. So tonight, I am celebrating perfection in my own way. The reality of it is, it'll never be perfect, right? Because we have in our head what perfection looks like and how we want it to look. And when it's executed, sometimes it's never that way. But they don't know that. So for all they know, it is perfect. So we're gonna run with that narrative. What's wrong with that? I am celebrating every moment that I choose to begin again and again and again, even when it isn't easy. Because, hold on, mommy's on the phone. Like, I didn't know who was picking it up. Um, if you have been following this journey, like, so from the beginning, I am grateful. And if you're joining me now, I am even more grateful, because now you get to see day 1 to day 25. It's crazy, because before this, I was actually doing this thing where I would wonder, like, oh, what video should I record this week? And the idea would pop into my head. I would record the video, and then I would have to make the time to edit it, um, to upload it to YouTube and go in and do all the things. And now I don't have to do that, because when you go live, it's live and it basically just goes straight over there. So then all I have to do is basically worry about adding the title, adding, because I am using a software, Riverside FM. So when I type the title here, it doesn't show up in YouTube. I got to go figure that out. But the point of the matter is, I found a way that works for me. And I think sometimes that's all it takes, is to find a way that works for you, so that it makes it comfortable. I have to learn how to go live directly in YouTube. Um, but that'll come. I tried it when I was in Jamaica walking on the beach, and it didn't quite, it worked, but because I was walking on the beach, sometimes it was a little bit fuzzy, because the signal would drop. But as far as I'm concerned, at least I did it, right? At least I um, took the step to try. Trying is half the battle. So I'm grateful that you are here. Yes, yes, Miss Veronica, it definitely has been later. 1 o'clock. When I tell you, there were times when and I used to feel bad, like I don't want to leave her. I don't want to leave her, but I gotta go to bed. Because sometimes it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes are like I'm in laying in bed, I'm like these because I didn't want to abandon her. But then there came a time when I wasn't even on at all because I was truly basically doing other things and I needed my phone to basically record something or whatever have you. But I'm getting back into the swing. Even leaving, like sometimes when I have to drop, I feel like I feel bad. To It's crazy. And I think that it's an introvert thing. We just feel bad about everything. But the reality of it is, I know that Miss Veronica understands, and that is what this whole thing is about: is to find people who understand you and who is willing to basically trust you, love you, and appreciate you just as you are. So yes, this was day 24, and I am grateful. So, man, oh man. But anyway, I will ask that if you have not picked up my book as yet, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts, I would ask you to kind of get a copy. It's a small read, right? It's small. It's definitely a pocket guide, and it is basically how to with introverts. It's a cute little book for introverts or people who are interested in learning about introverts and all their little quirks and how to leave them alone when they just need to recharge. um, and it's available at societyofintroverts.com, Amazon, and everywhere books are sold online. Exactly. That is exactly why you have 20 moderators. but but it truly is a party because when the bots come on and they start to go crazy, and it's funny because sometimes you actually, Veronica, respond to them like, no, this isn't what we do here or whatever. And at some point, one of us will basically kick them out. You just basically burst out laughing. But yeah, but you know what? Life is that I feel like that's what life is about. At the end of the day, we cannot prevent the hiccups. We cannot prevent detours. We cannot prevent crazy bots. I think that in the end, it's all in how we choose to embrace those things. The journey is your journey, and it's all in how you choose to show up for yourself. Please remember, progress over perfection all day, every day. And the more you make progress, the closer you come to perfection, whatever that looks like for you. So I am grateful for everyone. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed as yet, please do so. Please like and share in the comments about your journey. Are you planning to start a YouTube channel? Are you a small channel that's basically getting started? Yeah, let me know below. So I will see you tomorrow. And please, until then, remember that quiet is still a voice. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for mom for watching and anyone else who is behind the scenes and not wanting to be in my chat. Thank you very much for being you and for being with me. Take care.